morning, everybody, and welcome back to a weekly message from Jesus. Just a quick reminder, 60 of his messages are available in his book. It's on Amazon. You can get it on my website. It's barrystrohm.com. If you like listening to his messages, you can have all of them and read one a day. It's a great devotional. So our Father is here. He's waiting to speak. So let us begin. Good morning, everyone. I come to you each week with a message. Many of you listen. I wish more did. I know I ask you to spread my words, and many of you do. I bring you these messages so that you can know how to have a prosperous and happy life. Today, I'm going to speak to you once again about religion. In ancient times, organized religions were what were required to attempt to have people worship the one God. Remember that in those days, people worshiped many different idols and gods. I sent my messengers back to try to convince them, the people that is, to convince the people that there was a single God. Now that was a really, really difficult transition. Many people would rather die than change. And many people would listen to my message and they would rather give up their lives than give up the message of the one God. All of my messengers spoke of heaven. Heaven, well, we've spoken of that many times as well. It's a wonderful place. But many people, when they truly learned what heaven was about, lost their fear of death. There were many early Christians that would much rather have given up their lives than give up the concept that they would be joining me in heaven. Now, in order to have people give up that one God, or give up their many idols, that is, we had them go form groups, and those groups became religions. In those days, there was no great way of communicating on a mass basis. So we would draw people together in these groups, and there would be a leader. I would have people that would be able to bring those groups my messages. Now, the messages were based on what was written in the early writings or gospels. When my messengers walked the earth, people didn't take notes. It was a much different time. People were not educated. People did not, many of them couldn't even write if they wanted to. There were no schools. The wealthy were educated, but their educations were limited in quality. They could only base themselves on what they learned from those that went before. So early religions were meant to bring people together. That was the purpose. Now, as those religions gained power, and the Catholic Church basically determined the path that Christianity would take in the early times, many of their scribes would alter the words that were written. They felt that my words were too simple, that nobody would remember them. So if they exaggerated those words, then they would be much easier to remember. So the religion started to take on the path of what the leaders of those religions felt that path should be. So through the years, individuals created other religions. Now I sent Muhammad back. He created Islam, sent Buddha back, sent many of the Hindu leaders. So there became a time that there are thousands of religions. That's today. And each religion has a different viewpoint towards me. Many different Christian sects have different viewpoints. I come to you with these messages trying to let you know what my true words are. Many religions have changed. Many religions were taken over by people that wanted power. They found out that if they spoke properly, handed the collection plate around, that they could also gain wealth. Now, religious leaders learned that they could gain great wealth now that there is mass communication, because they can reach many people. Many people know how to speak to the public and know how to raise money. When you see a religious leader living in a fancy mansion, you know that he has diverted funds that he could have used for helping others. That is not the way I want things to be. I'd like religions to be very simple and follow my commands. Today, there are thousands of religions. Each, as I said earlier, has their own way of teaching my words. Today, organized religions have become massive businesses. Some religions can't even agree on how to treat the same situation. Homosexuality, for instance. I love everyone. I've told you before that many individuals require life plans so that they can understand what it is like, why homosexuals are treated the way they are. Some religions won't even allow them in. Now, that is truly against my teachings. Religions are supposed to love everyone. Many don't. If your religion teaches you that the church is more important than my teachings, then that's not the religion for you. Today, it is possible that you can learn all of my teachings and words without attending an organized religion. Mass media has the ability for you to learn. It has the ability for you to worship in private, and it has the ability to let you know my true teachings. Now, I am not saying that religions are bad. They're not. They're wonderful. Many of them do the best they can. Religions are the basis of the greatest amount of charity giving. That is a fact. Religions bring social interactions. You can meet people of the same ideas about God that you have. You can be with others. Many people are alone. Religion gives you a chance to attend social functions with others. There are many wonderful people in these religions. They will show love to you. They'll show companionship. What I am trying to get through to you is you have to be selective in the organizations, and you have to be selective in how they bring you my words. You know now how simple my words are. I sent all my messengers back with the concept of the golden rule, doing unto others as you would have them do unto you. Many have subverted my teachings for personal gain. Many religions today have got incredible wealth. If you see an organization or religion that is worth billions of dollars, that's all money that could be used to help others. A religion is not a tool for gaining great wealth. Religion is a tool for helping others. I want you to understand that there are many ways to help others. What is in your heart is what is important. Your love for me is more important than basically anything else you can do with your life. If you love me, you will help others. If you love me, you will bring others to know me as well. If you love me, you'll spread my words. If you love me, you will show that love to others. You will raise your children in the shadow of my love. You will explain to them that God truly exists and that what is important in their lives is following my words so that they can enter heaven and be judged accordingly. That pretty well sums things up, doesn't it? My teachings are incredibly simple. Some religions have gotten incredibly complicated. It's for you to sort out what is best for you, what is best for your family, and what is best for those around you. If you follow my simple teaching of avoiding anger and hatred, then those around you should respond and control those emotions as well. So I want you to understand religion. I want you to understand how we formed it. I want you to understand how man has altered it. And I want you to understand that it is possible for you to love me in your heart and advance when you return home. So thank you for listening. I'll be back again next week. I'll have another message. Please consider buying my messages and giving it to others. There are people out there that are handing my book out to the homeless, and they're finding peace and comfort in reading the messages. So thank you for listening. I bless all of you as always, and I'll return again next week. Okay, thank you, Father. Next week I'll be here as well. Go out, tell others about his words. It's the most important thing you can do. So Christmas is coming. Remember that Christ is responsible for Christmas, not Target and Walmart. So goodbye, and we will be back again next week.